Okay, so in this short video, we will look at how to create a sample blog that is persistent in JavaScript. Okay, that is HTML, CSS, basic HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, even without bootstrap designing, the styling and other, even not including bootstrap into the even without not including bootstrap into the design criteria. Okay, so this is a simple blog which I have already tried. So what I'll do is I'll try to recreate it, okay, and show how it can be done. Okay, so this example can be replicated for small data sizes, for blogs, for to-do list which you want to do. If you want to take some notes, if you want to have a notes app, or if you are looking out for some small size kind of appointment apps. So all those things can be done using this app. This is just a sample of it. It is actually a full working model. You can call it prototype, or you can call it anything. A little bit of styling and all I have already done and kept. So what I'll do is I'll try to recreate the same thing. Okay, for better understanding of how to create it from the beginning. uh, Okay, yeah, we shall start straight away from the code thing. So I will start by deleting this and creating one new file, which is say my blog file. Okay, HTML file. I'll straight away start with boilerplate code, and then I will say demo of persistent blog creation in JavaScript. Okay, so straight away we will go with the body. Okay, I will try to copy paste this from the notepad which I've already tried. Okay, because I don't want to drag this video beyond 10 minutes. So that's the intention of this. I will explain each and everything. So header, we will copy this header, we will copy main, we will copy. Okay, from header to all the things within the body we will copy before body. Okay, I will explain what is there in that. So we have a sample header. Then we have a main class, and inside that we have a div which has input elements. I am just enclosing the input elements in a paragraph because so that I can add some blog title, because I want to space it in such a way you will know how to space in a short while. So we will run this without styling, that is CSS. So this is how it looks. So this is the section for this is the section main section is the one for inputs, and then we have a horizontal. There is h1, we have there is a this is where the blog will come. There is heading we have, and then we have a horizontal line with the width, and then section is the place where we are going to insert the inserted blog using uh, jQuery and JavaScript. Basically, I'm using jQuery in this, so you'll straight away start. Okay, so I will also include the style. Okay, style we will include, script we will include afterwards. So So basic styling, anybody who knows basic CSS will easily know this, can easily understand this. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll copy paste. No fancy CSS use here, just a normal CSS use. Maybe only this one I have to explain where I am including text area button, because I'm not using form. Since I'm using input individually, text area below input and then button, I need to style it separately so that it fills the width of 70%. Blog input I am saying 100%. That is, I'm going to put a div color separately with 100%, and then these input sizes alone will have 70%. Okay, so did I save? Yeah, I saved. So now what I'll do is I'll refresh. Yeah, this is how it looks. Okay, the div color I have given khaki, this one in some green color, and all these things I have spaced. So this is for selecting current date and time. And in HTML you don't have option of sizing the window, calendar window. This is one glitch, because it is a prototype or starting model which is concentrated on the functionality of persistent blog. uh, you know this becomes okay, we can bear with this, but you have some UI clock and all jQuery plugins. If you put UI clock jQuery plugins, you'll get a wonderful design of calendar. Those are design things which can be taken care. So we'll move on again. Okay, so what I'll do is I have explained the HTML and the CSS part of it. So we'll go into the script part of it. Okay, we'll go into the script part of it. So script, I'll tell you what is really happening once I paste it, and then we run a blog. You will know what is really happening. Okay, so I'll just paste the script. Okay. Generally script is pasted, you know below, before the body section gets over. Okay, so we'll paste it here. And anything else I missed? Yeah, I didn't include the jQuery plugin which I used. There is jQuery library I need to. This will work only if jQuery is used. Okay, so jQuery I will add. Okay. Okay. Now what happens is, basically in the script you have this document ready function, which is a normal function. Without Once the document ready function is over, what happens is it goes for the publish click function. So in the button I have given it as publish ID. So it will look for the hash publish dot click. That is this button till the button click is happening. Okay, after filling, I haven't validated all these input fields, that can be done separately. That is, if it is not null, and I am assuming that for testing purposes you will autofill this. Okay, so what will happen is, on button click, okay, on button click I am creating a local JSON, okay, local object. Okay, I'll. It is not a JSON. It's a local object I'm creating. I'm creating a, I'm creating key value pairs for those, uh, you know. So I'm creating an object where I'm putting the values. That is blog title from the form. Whatever I get, this is the blog title, blogger name, blogger. That is date, time, and blog text. So once you see the working, you will understand how it happens. Okay, so now what will happen is, this is the form. You will see id, id, blogger name will update. Once you click, it will take all the values from those particular fields and populate it inside blog info object is accessed, and I am creating blog title as one key, and then value is this one, blog info dot blogger name I'm creating, date time I'm creating, blog text I'm creating. Okay, till this one it is okay. Then for persistent blog, okay, I will also show you a code after this video. I'll put a separate video. If you don't use local storage, here for persistence I'm using local storage. Local storage is nothing but, you know, if you go to more tools, okay, you will see. Okay, first what we'll do is we'll go to inspect, and here you have console. Okay, here you have console. Then if you click this icon and go to application, you will see local storage, session storage, index tv, then web sql, all these things you see. Okay, so all these are nothing but browser level storage options you have. So here, since the application is of the values are not of much size, what we are going to do is we are going to use local storage key value pair. As of now, nothing is there in this. Okay, once you set the local storage items, you will see how it gets populated. Okay. All these things can be done step by step in order to do. This took me around half an hour to find a way through to edit this and create a persistent block. If you don't do it in local storage, still you can append using jQuery, but it won't be persistent. That is, uh, if you kind of refresh the page, the changes will go. And one important thing about local storage is it is domain origin specific. Say, for example, if you have a doubt in terms of whether if you hosted it in a website, whether it will come or not. If that is the question what you have in your mind, it will definitely come, because that's what it is. Origin specific. That is your browser level DB local storage is domain specific, and based on your domain, it will kind of populate it for different windows which are opened by different users. Okay, but the persistence will remain same, because the local storage will be in your domain. Okay, so like how you have it in your browser locally, if you do it now, similarly you will have it in your hosted domain. So that's the advantage of local storage. So we'll straight away jump into the application and see whether it is getting populated. Say, for example, I'll say first blog. I'm just writing something junk. Okay, you'll see whether it is getting populated. So I am selecting the date and time. One small glitch is if you try to click this, it takes little bit of mastery to handle this particular drop down, calendar drop down. Okay, so see, so what you have to do is you have to click it and move the mouse here, or you have to click here and then go. So we'll see the console what is happening. So there is small glitch that is happening here. Why is it not coming? Is the question. So okay. So now it is coming. So this blog element has come. The first blog we have added, and then again we'll try to add one more blog. So what we'll do is we'll try to refresh this, and you will see that both these blogs are populated. Okay. For example, second blog is populated, and then first blog. If I take the camera here and put it here, you see first blog is populated. So local storage is for small size applications. For second blog we have entered. If you want to check it, third blog. If you want to see how it is, third blog, third blog. some junk things I'm writing. No, I have my own fetish comparing all web elements with you know physiology. So we will see whether third block is entered. Okay, third block is entered. So it is kind of randomly entering. So next time if you refresh it and come, it will be already available. So local storage. One good thing about local storage is it is persistent. Okay. So now we will close this and I'll show you something which is not persistent. Okay, I have closed this. I closed the Visual Studio also. I'll open. I'll say file, open folder, select folder, and say complete the demo. Where did I? Okay. Just check whether it was function. Okay, demo. I'll show this demo HTML. So, okay, without debugging. So I don't have it here. So this is some demo I have. So say for example, I have a to do same kind of concepts without local storage. Okay. For yeah. So so it will keep editing the list, to do list. Okay. So this is the to do list you have. Okay. For example, if you refresh this, it goes because you edit it using jQuery or JavaScript, but it is not persistent. Basically, because you have not stored it somewhere. Okay, either you have to store it in DB or you have to store it in local storage. For small applications like to do appointment apps, blogs, and everything, you can use local storage. And one important facet of local storage has 5 MB. Okay, so I did a rough calculation, and if you have a 1,000 character page, you can actually go up to you can have up to 500 pages, which will cover 1 MB. Okay, 1,000 single spaced characters. Will have 500 pages you can write. There is 500 page text document and it will cover around 1 MB. So 5 times 5 MB is the local storage. So you can handle around we can handle around kind of 500 into 5 times if you put 2500 pages with 1,000 characters you can handle. So for most applications like appointments or a flat issuing or school issuing, if you want to issue a small card for entry and exit and everything, you can have it in local DB. Because it is in JSON format, you can loop it through the JSON, and you can write it in a external JSON and store it also. Like if for further use, if you want it, you can actually store it. So that's one thing. And I didn't show you how exactly this parsing happens. That's the tricky part of it. Okay. So I will open the folder. So the tricky part of it is, you know, we have given the IDs, and we have got on button click we are getting the value. Okay, for each input area, and populating it inside blog info. Blog info is the variable. Blog info title we have populated. So if you, I'll see whether it is okay. We'll run one more time without any issue. Okay, so see the persistence, even if I close and open, the persistence is there. Okay, so if I go to just inspect, so inspect console. Okay, so if you go inside, application, you see first blog, it is stored as JSON. Okay, this value part of it, first blog, I am taking the key as the blog title itself. So blog title and other contents of the blog are stored as JSON. Okay, how it is stored as JSON, so you'll see very clearly here. Okay, how it is stored as JSON, so this is how it is stored. Okay, blog title, blogger name, blog text, whatever we do here, we are setting the title, blogger name, date, text of this blog info, and then we are storing the local, we are calling this function local storage dot set item. What we are doing is blog info, or we have to pass local storage dot set item works in two ways. That is why you have to pass a key. This is the key, and this is the value. Blog info is the value, and because this is an object, blog info is an object, you are using an inbuilt function called JSON.stringify to make it as JSON and then store it. Okay, because it will be easy for you to retrieve the data. When you retrieve the data, you have to take the, what I do is retrieving the data after this button click is function is over. After you are setting it in the main function, that is document.ready function, what you are doing is you are doing a for loop of the keys for k equal to 0, local storage dot length k plus plus. So you are getting the, for the first index you are getting the local storage key, storing it. For that key you are getting the item using this JSON.parse. If you don't do JSON.parse, it will just return it as a string. Okay, it will return it even if you don't do, JSON.stringify, it will take it as object. Uh, if you do JSON.stringify, it will store it as a string. So if you don't do JSON.parse, what happens is it returns the string. So you will not be able to handle that JSON. Uh, if we want it in JSON format, so that say for the values, we take the indexes value, that is value dot block title. So the first JSON dot, you go inside the block title, blogger name, date, time, and then what you do is you simply append the section. That's it. This is a simple jQuery stuff where you do appending the section. You can add styling, you can do whatever you want afterwards. So this is the simple functionality of how the JSON works in local storage. So the learnings are design a form, style it to some extent so that it is acceptable and visible to everyone, and then do the that is get the input variable in an object, and then JSON stringify it. That is collect the values and put it in the input values into the JSON, not JSON object, JavaScript object, and then convert that JavaScript object into a JSON string, and then put it inside the key value pair. in the local storage. That's the important thing, and get it while getting you do JSON parse. So that's the thing of local storage, and most applications you can actually achieve this. So that's it for this video, and hope this will be really helpful for people who are trying to do a kind of full stack in JavaScript. Okay, this is a full stack. This is almost like a full stack in JavaScript. You put it in DB and retrieve it and paste it and do a persistence in JavaScript. Okay, so thanks for listening, and I hope this will be of some help to everyone who is learning JavaScript newly. Okay, see you.